All right, guys, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. Like I said, I usually use this channel just for sales, and when I decide to sell one of my bikes that I just got done. But I uploaded the 1985 ATC250R completely restored that was just left for dead. And for me, it was so great because I had it before and after, and it's kind of like an archive for me whenever, I find something and pick something up. And so I think I'm going to start doing that, and this will be the second video that I've did and the second bike that I found that was just completely left for dead. For those of you out there that don't know what a short course bike is, this bike may look strange to you. And so that's the second reason why I want to do this video, because these do not come up for sale, nor do the short track kits come up for sale very often at all. Very, very, very rare. And so it's just so cool that this is once in a lifetime find for me. And I just picked it up about 3 days ago on the craziest story ever. I got home around 4 o'clock in the morning, and in the back of my truck was a vintage short course ATC250R. So let's get into it. So let's start by stating that the bike is lower, and I'll show you why. Again, for those of you out there that don't know what a short course bike are, they raced in the flat tracks and the TTs, and of course the oval short course, and even they raced in the ice back in the day that I kind of just found out. And so that was the most popular racing, probably besides the Baja Desert Racing back in the 85 and 86 era. Honda in 1986, well, it would have been 1985, late in 1985, they came out with the short course kit that you could buy through hondaline. So that was a smaller tank, so you could be, much lighter. It, didn't hold as much fuel. And then your triple trees are completely different. And all of your bracketry to your radiators are completely different to allow this to turn incredibly sharp. These are not the Honda factory shrouds, and they're super strange too. But this would have came with different shrouds, but very similar to these, to where they would look very odd to you compared to the factory ones. But someone had homemade these, and you can see where they cut out, and your hoses are different too on a short course kit to allow the tank to sit in there too. But someone had made these, but for some reason there's an embossed Honda on it. So I don't know if Honda was selling just like sheets of plastic to where you could buy and cut it out however you wanted to cut out. It's super strange. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen a lot, but yeah. So bike's lowered, a lower capacity tank and a smaller tank, and then all the brackets are different. You can see how that bracket, I'm blocking the sun, I think. You can see how that bracket kind of comes out and hooks into your shroud there from the tank. And then you have these other brackets behind here that allows your radiators to sit backwards. So you can turn this with your special triple tree, like I just showed you a while ago. So this bike looks like it raced and then it got sold. This is my opinion. We don't know. Even the guy I got it from, he doesn't know. It's been sitting for a long time. The motor's completely locked up. It's in rough shape. But the Weird thing about it was it looks like, you know, someone tried to make it more road friendly. So I think it was sold from the person who built this and who raced it. And why I say that, because there's a headlight put on here, a makeshift headlight. Weirdly enough, it was put on by a hondaline headlight guard, and you could only get those through hondaline, and they're very valuable now. So see that right there. And then there's like, this is like the car logo for Honda, which is funny. I don't even know what this headlight come off of. And then there you go. And then in the rear, someone put on a later TRX250R tail light. It looks like definitely Honda. It could have came from a 250X or 300EX, something like that, back in the day. So the seat, weirdly enough, is an OEM seat in perfect condition. All but one little thing right there. And it's a little bit hard, as you'd expect. You know, it's not real soft from sitting outside, but it's really nice. The front, I believe he lowered it a little bit in the fork tubes. I believe he may have switched around a spring. I know that you could kind of, on the 85s, you could like turn them upside down in some form of fashion and just shorten it a little bit. And I say that because it looks a little bit lower to me. And then these are at the correct height. A lot of times people would just bring these up, a lot easier to get it lower. In the rear, where the dog bone is supposed to be, you can see there's an adjustable link here where your Pro Link is. Get right in there. So that's to get it lower, get you a lower center of gravity in, you know, taking those sharp turns and stuff like that on the flat tracks back in the day, so you didn't tip over. So OEM front fender, which is interesting, super cool. Meyer rear fenders. It would have been correct back in the day, even still today, to have Meyer fenders on a short track bike, because they make low pro fenders. These are not the low pro fenders, but when I restore this bike, that's what will be going on there. It'll be a full vintage short track plastics on it. Stainless steel braided brake lines, you know, that would have been real trick. Expensive back then. Hell, they're still expensive today. He's got a kind of a motorcycle twist throttle on there. I'm not sure what it's from. Looks like he put a brake cylinder on there that he could actually see the brake fluid. You know, this would have been clear. Maybe be off of an early 250R. The tricycle guy on YouTube, which is a friend of mine now. I call him my friend because, man, he is the greatest. Whenever I pick up weird stuff or stuff I don't know about, I call him. And he always has time for me. And I'll put his link in the description. He's a wonderful human being. And me and him went through we were kind of going back and forth on why those short track kits, even when they're completely, you know, missing a bunch of stuff, were going for so much money, or are going for so much money. It's because they didn't sell a lot of them, and we didn't know that until recently. They did not come out with them in 85. They're only in the 86 ATC250R brochure, sales brochure. So they may have came out with them obviously before the 86 come out, but the 86 would have came out in 85. The brochure was made in 85 and all that good stuff, and just like cars do today and stuff. But and so, you know, if they would have came out with it in late 84 and sold them all, there would have been more sold. And I have to imagine that the guys racing were, especially the Honda guys racing, were begging for something like that. And the kit there's a lot to it. and it's pretty extravagant. Your triple trees, your hoses, these brackets, and the tank, and all that good stuff. And the kit originally MSRP'd for $179.99. Again, this is information that the tricycle guy had. He's got all the literature and stuff like that. He pulled up the MSRPs, and so you would have been able to get this bike in 85 for around $2,500. And so that's close to 10% of the bike price, right around there, 5 to 10%. So, yeah. Enough about the short course kit. The exhaust is an old FMF exhaust. As you can see, it's rusting. Surface rust all over the bike. Front rim is factory, but the rear rims, we'll get to that, are ITPs, and I've never seen ITP rims like that. So these are old school, and you see these lug nuts that come all the way out, and they are enclosed, both sides of the bike, and I think these are probably 8-inch rims. It's kind of dirty, I can't see what they are, probably 8-inch rims, but there's the silencer. You can tell it's early just by the sticker. The swing arm, pretty trick again, fitted with grease fittings on each side, so your bolt here don't freeze up, and your bearings inside here, this is where your bearings are in your swing arm, they don't freeze up. So yeah, this thing was trick back in the day. A lot of money put into it, really. The grab bar, I've never seen one like this either. It looks like it's a solid piece of aluminum, and you can see as my fingers kind of go on here how thin that is compared to the grab bars that I've seen, even in the early 90s and late 80 grab bars. So I don't know if that was custom made. It looks professionally made, and it's the coolest grab bar I've ever seen, like for practicality. You know, bike gets off course wherever you're at, and you got two hands you can put right here, and it's not it's long and thin. It's not thick and coming out like a lot of the grab bars that I've seen. What else? Oh, he was running a Mikuni flat side carburetor, and it looks much larger. Here, I haven't measured the diameter. I haven't taken anything off this bike yet. Really enjoy right now looking at it as it sits. It's just so neat. A piece of history for sure, for me. But yeah, that would have been pretty trick back in the day. Some guys still run these, the Mikuni carbs. I've never ran them just because I'm used to the Kian carbs, you know? So, teach their own. Here's that other grease fitting on this side. You can see how it's offset over here with it pointing, it's slightly to the right and coming out. That's because of the chain rode right here. So I hope to keep that swing arm. I hope that I can I hope the bearings and everything like that isn't locked up in it and all that good stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, this is it. I just wanted to share it with y'all, put it out there to the world. It's an old school flat track bike, and it has been preserved in surface rust and anodization on all the aluminum for, man, years and years and years. The guy that he got it off of, that I bought it from, said that guy had that for at least 10 to 15 years as the guy was growing up that I got it from. So I haven't checked out these levers. You can see how he deleted the this would have been your parking brake system right here. That was deleted. And then a different clutch cable. It looks like Barnett is the maker. Went through a lot of work, you know. These are custom made, which these are really cool. I think he found some sort of a plastic again, because these holes are just perfect. They're right on. And so I don't think he drilled those holes out. They're too perfect. And made some radiator guards. And ain't nothing getting kicked up into those things with these on there. It's a great thing that he put on there. As you can see, there's spacers right here for these to come on. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the OEM shrouds. I plan on getting some OEM shrouds if I could ever find them. If not, I know ATC Addiction remakes them, and they're Meyer plastics, so they're gonna be really, really well made, and they will match my low pros that I'll be getting when I restore this bike. But yeah, it's just super, super cool, and find of a lifetime for me. I've always wanted to restore an old flat track bike, and I got my chance. So got a lot of work in front of me, as you can see. But thanks for looking, guys, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I'm enjoying looking at it. Oh, check this kill switch out. So there's one here, and then there's one which I believe it was for the tether back then. So I think this is the on and off switch, and then I believe this is the tether. And this is really smart. He put the tether down here, and I think you can just kind of close that up to your tether thing, and when you come off with the bike, and hopefully you never do, that's going to kill the bike when that closes. Get some good looks at it before I cut this off. That old HRC Honda Racing sticker. A lot of hondaline products on it. Again, the hondaline headlight. And you know, you guys tell me. I'm thinking about maybe putting a headlight on it, but I mean, realistically, it probably deserves, you know, when it's restored and everything like that, a number plate, you know, to get that vintage flat track feel when you're looking at it. But I think that guy ran a headlight, or that wouldn't be on there. I don't see someone just finding that, but it's possible, especially back then. But you know, there ain't too many of these running around. All right, well, y'all have a nice rest of your day. Hope everyone's staying warm, and look forward to showing some more stuff to y'all soon.